Give everyone a couple of minutes to roll in. I just realized I don't have my phone for a little while. Oh no, preparing the update, okay. I have to delete some shit, so I'm a little nervous about deleting apps this morning before I, but we have to just trying to survive at this point. You had in your head last night that I was starting at 8:30, then realized later that, oh no, you're good. Sundays and Tuesdays are notoriously just like really quiet. Thursdays and Fridays tend to be like my busiest evenings on the live. So Tuesdays I just take off at this stage, and then Sundays I like kind of move the time around, but it usually ends up starting between 7 and 8, and I always end before 9 on Sundays. I've started as early as 6:30 on Sundays, in fact. So. Well, let me do this before my phone, because I know that once the software gets finished downloading, it's gonna cut me out. Here, we'll drop a Discord notification too. Preparing update. Yeah, I hope it just doesn't screw anything up with my phone, because things are already weird and complicated. So 7:45. And kind of get this party started. Turn the music down just a smidge. know if chocolate's like a type of yogurt. I think that's more of like a go-gurt kind of thing. Standard, normal, frozen yogurt. Plain, standard, normal, very vanilla. Yeah, ordinary. And then to count, to weigh it. Morning Pizza the puppy. How's your day going so far? Measure, count, weight, and volume. Specs on consumer packaging. Moxie, good morning. Oh no, it's okay, Moxie. I hope you had a nice Sunday. Get a couple of glasses of wine in. Just came back from. Oh yeah, I know exactly how that is, pizza. Wine and dog park yesterday. That's a fun Sunday, Moxie. I wish that was my Sundays. I'm looking forward to hopefully having that soon. That honestly would have been pretty wonderful, actually. Maybe that's what we'll do our Sunday lives at once we're housed again. Maybe we'll do Sunday dog parks with Roxy or something. No, but I never took her to the dog park on Sundays. I usually took Roxy on a walk to the beach. Not like the doggy beach. That was kind of far away. Just like regular beach. That could be a fun way to spend Sundays. I need to figure out a way to change my title. Sunday Scary is not a very appealing title for a live show on a Sunday evening. You'll do the wine part while you guys do the park. Got it, Ciali. Let's go. What's left doesn't really help us. Dessert strand dump places. And maroon somewhere. Abandon. And Dark Ages, Dark Chocolate, Dark Horse, and Dark Matter. See, I'm okay with this. All of this works. This was all very easy. We only made one mistake. I appreciated the challenge. Moxie, I think I took a photo to share with you. Let's see if I can pull this up from yesterday morning. So Moxie, this is from yesterday morning's Sports Connections. And, I just wanted to take a moment to share with you that you're famous. Because you made it onto Sports Connections, Moxie. For Sunday morning's puzzle. So congratulations, Moxie. I thought it was great. I was just disappointed you weren't with us to see it because it was pretty funny. Under fortitude. Here, I'll make it bigger. On a Sunday. I feel like fortitude is something we need on a weekday. Someone needs to talk to the editors of that puzzle. Yeah, that was pretty fun. All right. These are backyard games. Yeah, I'm not missing anything. Nope. I'm gonna have to narrow that down a little bit. Iron Ball. Boca's backyard too. Boom. There we go. Long games. Thank you, Ciali. I don't know what that game is actually. Pittsburgh, I think, goes with Iron Horse and Iron Bull. One away. Pittsburgh. I mean, neither of these two teams have won a Super Bowl anytime recently, so it's an Italian game. Interesting. I'm gonna go this, and I don't know why. One away still. Backyard Brawl. Bedlam. And what else? Good morning, Daily Rose. Iron Bowl's a football game. Problem is I can't figure out which one of these is missing. This is the other combination I don't think I've tried. Went away the whole time. I only know about those two. And I'm not like the biggest college football fan. I'm really not. But I feel like I should know about them if they're making it into a puzzle. I don't know Backyard Brawl. I don't know the game. That's accurate. However, that team's pretty much garbage. And this team can't get it done. This team no longer has a quarterback. This team also no longer has a quarterback. So I don't know why we're promoting those 4 teams. And then associated with Lou Gehrig. 4 Iron Horsener. Yeah. That's all right. Good old Lou. Taken from Miss Turley. Really quick before we start this today's Wordle, I'm going to feed Roxy. Just really quickly. Sorry, I'm still waking up. I couldn't sleep last night. I tried to get some sleep this morning, and Roxy disagreed. With all plans to get some rest this morning. So. We're on a weird schedule. Not by our choosing. It's worse when it's Roxy and she's doing it intentionally. Which is 100% what she's doing. She's like, the sun is up, let's go play. And I'm like, yo, like let's chill for a minute. Daily Rose, why don't you pick a 5-letter word for us to start the day? Software updated. Sweet. Thank you. I need to use my phone. I just woke up. In my defense, I didn't try taking a nap until like 6. So I was up pretty much most of the night. It's okay that you just woke up. That's why I gave you the starting word, not the... And thank you, Pizza Thug Puppy. I'll try to get myself some breakfast, but focused on the other thing at the moment. Everything's also like magnified by her in the mornings because the space is very small. So there's really no way for her to like do simple things like just give herself a morning scratch and without emanating a bunch of noise. Value sounds good. We got a U this morning. This is low-hanging fruit, but we have a vowel. So I say we take it. Unless someone else sees another one worth trying. Cough. Roxy, Jesus Christ, dude. Sounds good, Moxie. Let's try cough. Ooh. Mouth? Yeah, I think mouth. Oh, hi there, Harley's mama. Good morning. Oh my god. It's one of those mornings. We're so close, you guys. Fouth? South? For South Park? See, Allie, why you gotta come in with the other word this morning? It's like the third time. I'm about to press enter on something and you come in with something completely different. Oh. See, now I don't know whether we should be trying South or Youth. Both are good. You're just going through the alphabet. Okay, go south. Okay, okay. That worked out in our favor. Hey, current streak is 14. I love 14. I love 14. Okay, so we kept it alive with connections. Wordle's still alive. We're not, they don't count sports connections, which is fine because, I mean, Dallas, New England, Pittsburgh, San Francisco, basically obsolete NFL teams. None of those college football rivalries are played by schools or universities that matter. The long games is cool. Lou Gehrig is cool. I like Lou Gehrig. Anyone that has his playing career cut early still makes the Hall of Fame, passes away early, and gets a disease named after him. You're pretty cool. What was yesterday's word? I don't know what yesterday's word was. Can you see previous day's words? I don't think you can. Minty, yes. Hard mode. Any revealed hints must be used in subsequent guesses. We're turning on hard mode tomorrow. I didn't know you could do that. High contrast mode. Let's do Minty. What do you mean let's do Minty, Daily Rose? We're done. We're all done for the day. Hard mode is for the people that have played over 900 days. I mean, we're not tracking my stats. I don't know how long I've been playing this game. This is a fresh account. We started this account like in May. So yeah, Moxie, I'm sad you weren't with us yesterday, but it was really funny that you were an answer. I thought it was great. Yeah, the record holders are cheaters, Ciali. We ain't cheaters around here. At least I'm not a cheater. So you got Moxie, you got the name from HR hiring game many years ago, and just Moxie Melanie stuck. That's pretty fun. What up, Big Body Bri? We just finished playing today's Wordle, and we did sports connections, and we did the regular connections. Big Body Bri. We do this every morning. Every morning. 7:30 on weekdays, 8:30 on weekends, unless otherwise communicated. Sports connections was some bullshit though, Bri. A bunch of nothing teams and yeah. One day we will stop trying to make the Dallas Cowboys a thing. One day. Um, I did drop something in Discord. I'm like $52, not including food. I'm like $52 away. I know some people helped out with coffee. Someone helped out with coffee this morning, but we're gonna hold off on some breakfast until we get that. We're gonna try to get that sorted. I am going to have a conversation today. That has to happen. It has to. I still have not seen our friend, but I've certainly heard him starting late last night, and I've heard some noises this morning. So I'm gonna have that conversation. I'm hoping the best for all of us because I would really like to have a place to return to. But yeah, outside of that, low key, guys. Like obviously, I don't want to sleep outside. I definitely have my fill of outdoor sleep times. However, I do want to take the wagon out. Like I don't know of anyone who wouldn't want to take that wagon out. I just can't do it with my dog when the sun's out. It's like a weird. I want to try the wagon out. I just want to do that part. But I will have to do laundry like towards the end of this week, so I think no matter what, we're gonna have to. The wagon's gonna get to go on at least a little bit of a test run. But yeah, working on those throughout the day, and then if I am inside, I am gonna work on alerts and bingo. That's it. No, you'd rather me be housed. I know, Harley's mama. um, but I just want to I'm really curious, Harley's mama. Can I physically get this wagon up that hill? I'm curious about that. I am also curious about how it holds up over the course of an almost 5 mile walk, mostly uphill. The downhill portion I'm not curious about. I think the wagon's going to do just fine. We're going to let gravity do its job. But so, like I said, I don't want to sleep outside either. But I don't mind hanging out at the park a little bit, and I want to see I just want to see how he handles up the hill. But I need to, we need to have a conversation. You can get in the wagon on the way down. No, Bri, I have a lot of things. I got the suitcase. I got 2 backpacks that do fit in that. I did take a picture the other day. I could probably share it some other time, but like the monitor, because I do have a very large monitor, unfortunately the monitor like dangles off the side. I'm a little worried about that. I tried to take the monitor stand off and I broke my monitor. I'm trying to take the rest of it off because I'm scared I'm going to cut myself, but I broke a piece of the monitor off trying to take the stand off. So, because like I know me, and it's like I'm gonna be pulling this wagon and the stand is gonna get caught on something. So yeah, we're already down a piece of plastic. I'm actually gonna find some like duct tape but the biggest thing I think today is like figure out how we're gonna go about today, and then when I see our friend, we're gonna go have a conversation, and I'm gonna hope that it goes well. Hoping we have a motel that we can still fall back on. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to this conversation at all. But it's got to be done. And honestly, the anxiety of living with the unknown is far, far, far worse. So, wish me luck, guys. Anyone else have anything fun coming up today before we hop off? apps are still downloading. So dumb. Nothing here for you, Moxie? Probably play with the dogs and play on the Switch. See, Ali, that actually does sound like a very similar boat to the boat that I'm in. That does not sound like fun. I've never allowed myself in my adult life. I'm 36, so I've never allowed myself to like even really be allowed to dream of owning a place. Like the closest I got was in 2019 and early 2020 before the pandemic started. I was like kind of thinking and daydreaming here and there about maybe owning like a condo or something, but never a home. And then TikTok became a thing. And if I've learned one thing about TikTok, it's that the HOA policies of the United States of America and these random housing associations all across neighborhoods everywhere are probably the worst part about home ownership in our country right now. Because I have seen some absolutely just ridiculous videos from people on TikTok dealing with their HOA. And I know some of them are staged, but I also know some of them are very much not staged. Fifth visit. And like, here's the thing, I'm not a homeowner. I know several homeowners are here. Oh, it sounds good, Moxie. I'll just finish this thought before we hop off. But I will say, like, I don't think there's any problem with anybody wanting to have a nice neighborhood. I don't think there's anything the matter with a street all saying we all want our street to be nice. There is nothing the fucking matter with that. But to give godlike power to one or two individuals in your fucking neighborhood off of some random show or not show vote and like empowering them to say you're responsible for making sure our street looks nice. Fuck whoever came up with that idea. That is like one of the stupidest ideas I think I've ever heard of in adulting society. We're supposed to come Saturday. So basically, they're supposed to come Saturday. Their kid's soccer game went long. So now they get to ruin your Monday morning when you probably could have had other things going on. Is what you're getting at, Ciali. I'm Team Ciali right now. I am not a fan of this situation for you. Early 20s you should have not picked the HOA. Yeah, I've definitely learned a lot from watching videos on the internet. I will not be going the HOA route if my fortunes in life ever change. Yeah, that is true. I mean, you can paint your walls in apartments. We painted our office at my ex-wife and I's final pad. We painted the office. We got permission. We just asked. Their only rule was, if you wouldn't mind, could you repaint it before you move out? I don't know if she did that because she kept the spot, but yeah. He's an old dude, so who knows? Oh my gosh, those are the worst. Because like they're retired and they have nothing else to consume their time, they will nitpick at everything else on your lawn and property. Oh, Moxie's back. We're still discussing Ciali's HOA situation really quickly. But apparently, our HOA situation is we're dealing with an older person who has a lot of free time to come up with stupid shit that needs to be worked on that doesn't actually need to be worked on. You're having a situation. Oh, you're in an HOA community? Oh, Moxie, I'm sorry. At least your home's paid off. I think it goes without saying if you have an HOA, you have a situation. Oh my god. That's funny. And facts. I feel for all of you. I truly do. Oh, he's sent by the HOA, so he's not like the HOA guy. Will your HOA person come with this gentleman? Those are always fun. Oh, he's just a contractor guy? Gotcha. So I will say most of the people in on the Mormon side of my family, I don't really talk to all of them or anything like that, is the property manager the volunteer board person. Just one last thing, because it's funny. Yeah. I'll tell my story while you're typing, Ciali. Um, so most people, especially Mormons, they're like a weird kind of narcissist. They're passive aggressive with people they're not comfortable with, but once they figure you out, you get all the narcissistic treatment and all the gaslighting and all the everything. And that's how most of my family is. And so it's funny because they never really got to know, my parents never really got to know their HOA when they were still living in Utah. And I went and crashed out there in um, December of 2021 for like a month, trial separation during the divorce. And my parents were having problems with their HOA. And basically, it just got to the point where my parents were just so passive aggressive with it. They were paying fines and having someone come fix something about every 6-7 weeks until I got involved. Um, I invented some curse words that day. That's the most involved into an HOA situation I got. It was on behalf of my biological mother and my stepdad or my dad or whatever we want to call him these days. But yeah, the amount of ridiculous that just everything I see from that is just a shit situation. It involves roofs, gutters, and he said he was going to look from the ground. I said, no, you need to go on the roofs. Let's see what happens. When he calls on his way, if he does as planned, I plan to confirm he's bringing a ladder. Yeah, like what is this contractor going to do? Show up at your property to come and do an inspection on your property and use your equipment? Like, be a fucking professional. Plumbers have their own bags. Electricians have their own bags. Be a professional. Bring your own shit. Sorry. Hopping on my soapbox this early in the morning, but those are my 2 cents. Gotta love it when I had inside roof issue before he didn't actually go in the attic because he. What the The laziness in the home building, home construction, home inspection community is because when my family moved to Utah, just lived in from, oh my gosh, so lazy. There's actually a really good TikTok account. I need to see if I can find his account. He gets flagged a lot, so he gets in for no other reason other than he's just doing his job and he likes to call out people for stupid shit. He's a home inspector in outside of Phoenix, like East Arizona area. Have a good one, Moxie. We're just wrapping up, so you probably won't miss too much. We'll catch you later tonight. Um, he gets flagged by a lot of like these construction companies and stuff because he goes in for home inspections and he calls out like some of the most ridiculous things, and it's everything from like the most crooked walls to like electrical wiring going through plumbing situations. Like he has some of the stupidest things that he catches on his TikTok channel. Um, and what's wild is he's a home inspector, so he does this on a daily basis, and this guy's been making content for years and he's never run out of content. He goes to brand new subdivisions all the time and he just like, yeah, yeah. He's lazy but spends time telling me the work he's done on the property, which has gone to yep. So he's in with the HOA. HOA has a problem. HOA is going to make sure he gets paid one way or another. Like, and that's a problem too. These general contractors can't be putting pressure on the HOA to help try to keep them up and in business. Like, just because you own a property doesn't mean you have an extra $500 to $800 every single month to be throwing around on home improvement projects. Like, it's not. Yeah, I gotta be honest, guys. In America, I think I'd rather buy a property that's like 20 to 30 years old than to buy a property that's like brand spanking new, just been built. At least if I buy a 20 or 30-year-old property, it's been through a couple of like rainstorms, probably had the roof replaced at least once or twice, probably gone through a couple of AC or heater units and had some of that work done. Yeah. That Thailand idea for housing, furnished, internet, power, water, sewage, garbage, everything for like 1,800 a month. I'll close this with a thought for us to consider as you head off to your HOA Bonanza Ciali. Um, I've been thinking a lot the last 3 or 4 days about what we as humans need to survive, and it's a very short list of things. Outside of the things that we naturally get, things like oxygen and stuff like that, we need food, water, and shelter. That's it. And it's wild to me how in this country we have found a way to ultra capitalize and monetize every single one of those things, the latter of which to the fullest extent possible. Like, it is so difficult to find a place to live now that people are having to spend half of their income on rent, if not more. And there are only three things that we as human beings need, three basic needs: food, water, shelter. You guys, my apartment that I was living in with my ex-wife in Salt Lake City, Utah. Salt Lake City, Utah, not Los Angeles. We're talking Salt Lake City, Utah rent. We were paying around $1,200 a month in 2017 for rent. In 2025, that exact same apartment complex is almost $3,000 for a 2 bedroom. In 8 years, we have more than doubled. This isn't Los Angeles or San Francisco or New York City or Chicago rent prices. This is Salt Lake City is approaching $3,000 for a 2 bedroom apartment in an average part of town. Mind you, an average part of town in Utah is a pretty nice fucking part of town in most other communities, but no wonder your mother could afford rent in a house back in 2017. Yeah. Obama got this economy booming in the 2010s. Talk about a president who had an uphill battle. And he got this economy booming. We had a nice, good stretch here for a couple of years. Your landlord, you rent is your brother's friend. He has no problem raising your rent. And he's a friend of the family, Eileen? That's so messed up. That's so messed up. Your friend pays $3,600 for a 2-bed bath in San Diego, and that's pretty average, unfortunately. Yeah, that's about right. Like the reality is, whenever I do a Google search for like average rent in a city, or I'm trying to get the mean or whatever, I always look at these numbers on Google, and I'm always like, this feels like $300 or $400 too like less than what it really is. Like even in Long Beach, I see like, you know, 27 to 3 grand for an apartment when I'm looking for a 2-bedroom online. But when you search Google, it says 2,100 to 2,200 mean rent, and I'm like, really? Because when I'm on all these other websites, I'm seeing stuff for almost 2. So yeah, he recently had to do an electrical work on the house, and then what? Just because he had to do a little electrical work? Like he probably replaced a breaker or two. It probably cost him $80 in labor and $30 in equipment. Well, that's the point, Daily Dose of Rose. The last time um, minimum wage was increased was when I was in high school, and I'm 36. Yeah, like, oh, I had to call an electrician. I guess Harley's mama can take care of the bill. Just spread it out over 5 months, 6 months, 7 months of our lease. Like, but that is their attitude. That is their mentality. That's what they've been taught. Like, the real estate industry teaches that as a principle these days. Oh, it was major work, but yeah, it's your house. It's a part of property management. Like, there is a business formula and model and structure for financing that allows for you to account for about 20% of your income revenue to go towards property management. Your revenue on any business, it doesn't matter what industry, on any business, a reasonable profit margin is somewhere between 18 and 30%. That's your net proceeds. The other money, the other 70% of the money that you're making in any business should be going towards your operating costs, labor costs, bills, overhead, anything like that. And instead, we got these people like, I know people that own 2 properties, 2 homes, and they're retired. Like, something's the matter with that, dude. Like, I'm happy for you. I hope you enjoy your retirement. But I want you to go look in the mirror every morning and ask yourself, is that the most ethical way to go about? Like, and I don't have a problem with people being landlords. But if you're retiring off of 2 properties, I have questions about what you're charging your tenants. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Daily Rose. Federal minimum wage has not changed since 06, 07, 08, somewhere around there. Yeah. And it makes it hard for responsible business owners such as myself to get off the ground because I won't compromise my values to get to where they are. And I think that that says something. Can I get to where they are? Yeah, it's a harder road. But most people that have a considerable amount of wealth, there's a backstabby story somewhere along the way. And we'll leave it at that. All right, ladies, I know everyone's got stuff coming up. If anyone's able to help, really appreciate it. Including like food money and stuff left over. I'm like 50-ish bucks away. So would like to stick around, but mostly just so I can have that conversation on my terms. Try to buy myself a little bit of time until after checkout. But no matter what, though, I will be online this evening hanging out with you guys. Ciali, best of luck with your contractor friend. No, I think this was a great tangent to go on because I've actually been thinking about stuff on this theme since Thursday or Friday. Not quite HOA stuff, but just in general, home ownership, landlord stuff. It's it's tip of my mind right now. Definitely tip of my mind. So yeah, for everyone working, hopefully we didn't bother you with our little tangent side combo. But yeah, I'll catch up with you guys a little later. Take care. Have a good one, Ciali. Best of luck to you, Daily Rose, Harley. Harley's mom, and I think everyone else went off. Moxie, I know, went off to work. So, take care, guys.